Now my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in last class we were discussing about the lung parameters, right? Or the capacities and volumes of lung air in lungs. These are the parameters of lung or parameters of respiratory system. And this is the uh, graph, you can say. This is this picture depicts everything about lung parameters, basic knowledge of lung parameters. And we have understood these things. What is lung capacity? What is tidal volume? What is inspiratory reserve volume? What is expiratory reserve volume? And vital capacity and the residual volume which always exists in the lung. Now, we are proceeding to gaseous exchange. How gaseous exchange takes place. Now, the main respiration happening because till gaseous exchange is not occurring, then it's only breathing. It's not respiration. Now, from where gaseous exchange is occurring, from that part, respiration is happening or respiration is starting. So, at first, the diffusion of gases from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration, especially the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between an organism and its environment. Right? Because we are studying here about human respiration only, but the thing is, other animals always do respire, but their respiration technique is a bit different from humans. Some organism having their respiration by their gills like feces. Frogs are having lungs, but they also respire through skin. Some organisms are there who respire through their skin only. So different animals having different mechanism. So what we can call the term respiration, that is exchange of gases from the exchange of gases means oxygen and carbon dioxide between organism, means the body of organism and its environment. Right? We respire through our lungs. Some organisms do not have lungs. They have gills. They have skin. Some have both. So, what is respiration? Exchange of gases between organism and its environment. Now, exchange of gases also and tissues. Okay. First thing we have already discussed about two phases, that is external respiration and internal respiration. So, external respiration in humans are happening when in lungs only. External respiration is happening in lungs. Where inside lung, where it is happening? That when alveoli are surrounded by different blood vessels. So many blood vessels are covering alveoli. In that place, alveoli is having higher concentration of oxygen. So, higher concentration of oxygen is uh, going towards the low concentration of oxygen, that is capillaries surrounding alveoli. So exchange is happening between alveoli and capillary. Gaseous exchange that is happening between alveoli and capillary, blood capillary, that is external respiration. In same, it is same in case of carbon dioxide too. Higher concentration of carbon dioxide is in capillaries. Lower concentration of carbon dioxide is in alveoli. So from high concentration to lower concentration is transferring this carbon dioxide. So thus gases exchange occurs in lungs. So that is why it is means here blood is absorbing oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide to lungs. So here exchange is happening from blood to lungs. So in between blood and the second one is tissues. Means at first blood receive the oxygen, and then when blood is reaching to the each and every cell of our body, then each and every cell is respirating from means then gases exchange is happening between blood and each and every cell. Means at first uh, exchange occurred between alveoli and blood. Now at the second
Ma'am,
phase
your voice
or
is
in
cracking, ma'am.
okay, from where it is
Your voice
cracking?
isn't clear.
Is it clear
Just
now?
like a minute ago, just a minute ago, from the
Is it
point
clear
where you were
now?
talking about the capillaries and alveoli. Slightly better, but while you're talking, sometimes there's some kind of cracking. We can't understand the complete sentence.
Okay, what I was talking till now, was it clear?
Yeah, you can repeat certain parts of it, ma'am. I heard until the part where you spoke about the capillaries, like there's an exchange between the capillaries and the alveoli, exchange of
Okay,
air between capillaries and
you should
alveoli.
inform me earlier. You should inform me earlier. Actually, I was moving, so I have to stay at one place. So, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So, I have to repeat the whole thing.
Not the whole thing, ma'am. You can continue what you were saying, like not the whole thing. The basic concept is understood,
Just
like the gaseous exchange happens between alveoli and capillaries, and then the blood carries oxygen and it goes back into the lungs. That is what I understood.
okay. So, I'm briefing the concept. That is, at first, when uh, lungs are filling up with air, then high concentration of oxygen is there in lungs, means in alveoli, and then lower concentration of oxygen is there in capillaries surrounding alveoli. So higher concentration of oxygen is moving to lower concentration, that is from alveoli to blood capillaries, that is external respiration. Okay, and this is exchange between lungs and blood, means uh, blood is receiving oxygen here. Now the next is internal respiration. So in internal respiration, blood is carrying oxygen to each and every cells of body. Blood is carrying oxygen to every individual cell of body. Now exchange of oxygen is occurring between blood and every individual cell of body. That is external respiration. Sorry, that is internal respiration. I'm very sorry. That is internal respiration. Okay. Now again, it is the process will reverse. So when this cell, each individual cell of body getting oxygen from blood by the process of internal respiration, this internal respiration completion when individual is returned carbon dioxide bloodstream. Okay, because cell is
Again, your
having.
voice is cracking, ma'am.
Oh,
Ma'am, again, your voice
oh,
started cracking.
I'm staying at one place now. Network is so poor. Is it clear now?
Yeah, sometimes it's very clear, but other times always the voice is cracking, ma'am, now and then. Probably the area where you are, the signal isn't very good.
What can I do now? I am the rooftop. On the rooftop. I can't fly away from here.
That's the
Uh,
regular place from where you are taking the
yes,
classes
yes,
every day.
that's I am coming for you on the rooftop every day.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now try,
Is
ma'am.
it clear now?
Probably it should work.
Okay, I will
Yes.
try to be still here. Okay. So what I was
When
telling
it
that
breaks, I'll let you
uh,
know, ma'am. When your voice starts
yeah,
breaking, I'll let you know.
obviously that is very kind of you. Thank you. Okay. So what I was telling that from bloodstream, if every individual cell is receiving oxygen and cell metabolizing, and the metabolism is that water and nitrogenous. So we're talking
Ma'am, it's not clear
about.
again.
I am still like a palm tree. I what can I do here now? Mm, let mother. But I was standing still like a statue. Only my mouth was fluttering.
No, it's not clear, ma'am. It's not clear at all.
Now it's clear.
Yeah.
Okay, I will stand here. Okay, so yeah, from the very first time I am trying to
Ma'am,
clear
until the
very
point
simple question.
where you said that metabolism in the cell takes place, right? When the air oxygen reaches every cell, there's metabolization
Hmm.
which happens. Until that point, I could understand.
Okay, so after metabolizing, the metabolic wastes are CO2, water, and nitrogenous waste. So we are talking here about the gases only, gaseous exchange. So we will talk here about metabolic waste, CO2. So CO2 is again released to bloodstream from each individual cell. Now, when CO2 is released to bloodstream, then internal respiration is completing. One cycle of internal respiration is completing here. Blood is receiving oxygen from, cell is receiving oxygen from blood, metabolizing it, and creating CO2, releasing to bloodstream again. That is internal respiration. And again, blood is carrying this CO2 to lungs. And in lungs, these capillaries reach in CO2 or higher concentration of CO2 in blood will release to alveoli where low concentration of CO2 is there. So this is here we are completing external respiration, right? Means at first external respiration is starting, then going to each cell, internal respiration starting, internal respiration completing, then coming to lungs again, external respiration completing. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So exchange of gases also occur between blood and tissues. So in between blood is happening in the lungs, and between tissues is happening in the blood and cells. So O2 and CO2 are exchanged in these sites by simple diffusion. Okay. By the process of simple diffusion only, O2 and CO2 are exchanged. That is, partial pressure is developing, and partial pressure of higher concentration to lower concentration is occurring here. Very simple diffusion. Gas exchange at the respiratory membrane and in the tissues is continuous and ongoing process. It's going on each and every second, each and every nanosecond. Okay, हर पल, हर क्षण. So it's continuing. It's ongoing process. The respiratory membrane is made up of alveoli and capillary walls. So where we can find a respiratory membrane? We can find the respiratory membrane in between alveoli and these capillary walls. Respiratory membrane is very thin, so diffusion occurs quickly. As the respiration wall is very thin, so diffusion occurs very quickly, and diffusion should occur quickly. Otherwise, if the process is getting slow, then we will have suffocations in our body. Our blood cells, our body cells will not get enough oxygen and nutrition. Okay. And alveoli are basic unit of gas exchange. Okay. Now here in the respiratory system, alveoli are basic unit of gas exchange. The alveoli are bunches of tiny air sacs inside the lungs, and the structure looks like the group of grapes. You all have seen the how grapes are grouped together, or how grapes are bunched together. Like that, grapes only, alveoli are present in lungs. So when breathe in, they fill with air. When we are breathing in, we're inhaling, then the alveoli are filling with air. The alveoli are covered in tiny capillaries, blood vessels. Yes, we all know alveoli are surrounded by tiny blood vessels known as capillaries. Now, gases can pass through the thin wall of each alveoli and capillary. Now, external respiration. We have already discussed everything about external respiration. We'll just read it out fast. Exchange of gases between blood and alveoli. Okay, you all have understood? I think so. Oxygen movement into blood. If you are getting any problem, then inform me. If you are getting any doubt or any confusion or any problem, then inform me. Otherwise, I have already explained in details about the internal and external respiration. I will just read it out. Oxygen movement, oxygen movement into the blood. Yes, in external respiration, blood stream is receiving oxygen. Then air entering the lungs contain more oxygen, then less carbon dioxide, then and less carbon dioxide, then the blood flows in pulmonary capillaries. Okay, so do not assume that when blood is getting oxygen from alveoli, means oxygen rich blood do not have carbon dioxide. It's not like that. Blood is having carbon dioxide in it, but when oxygen rich blood we say, then amount of oxygen is more than amount of carbon dioxide present in blood. Okay, it's not like that. When we say, we are saying that oxygenated blood or oxygen rich blood means it's full of oxygen, not like that. CO2 is there, but in lesser amount. Pulmonary capillary blood gains oxygen. Yes, pulmonary capillaries surrounding alveoli are getting oxygen. Carbon dioxide movement out of blood. Yes, when carbon dioxide is means the deoxygenated blood or carbon dioxide rich blood from body is coming to lungs, then the movement of carbon dioxide from blood to alveoli is happening. Blood returning from tissues has higher concentration of carbon dioxide than air in alveoli. The same thing, the blood returning from tissues or body cells are rich in carbon dioxide. That do not mean they are not having oxygen at all. It is rich in carbon dioxide. Pulmonary capillary blood gives up carbon dioxide. Yes. Blood transfer it carbon dioxide to alveoli. Body leaving the lungs is blood leaving the lungs is oxygen rich and carbon dioxide poor. Now you can see here the beautiful picture how blood cells are coming to lungs. Means you can see here the leveling, the in a blue color lining, that is surfactant fluid of alveoli. Okay, and just after that blue color lining or the surfactant fluid, it is alveolar membrane. And this just after that membrane of alveoli, you can see how capillary is covering alveoli. It's like capillaries are holding these alveoli. So in capillary, blood cells are there. So oxygen rich blood means oxygen is coming to alveoli and oxygen is transferred to blood cells. Then blood cells get oxygenated and changes its color to a bit reddish brown or red completely. And when this carbon dioxide rich blood is coming to lungs, then it is a bit very little bluish in color, or uh, bluish or blackish red. It's bluish or blackish red a little bit. So you can see here the process how this means from here bluish blood is coming from the left side of this picture. Deoxygenated blood is coming and getting oxygenated. How it is changing its color and getting oxygenated? By getting oxygenated, it's changing its color to reddish. So and then it is going out from lungs. Okay. uh, so this is the whole thing. It's releasing CO2 and receiving O2. Now oxygen diffusing from alveoli into blood and CO2 from blood into an alveoli. Yes, very simple thing. Oxygen diffusing from alveoli into blood and CO2 from blood into alveoli. Inside red blood cells, oxygen attached to hemoglobin and thus oxyhemoglobin is formed. That is HbO2. Hb means hemoglobin. It's a sign of periodic table. So HbO2. When oxygen is attached to red blood cells of blood, then it is known as oxyhemoglobin, HbO2. A small amount is carried dissolved in plasma. A very small amount is dissolved in plasma. Carbon dioxide can dissolve in plasma and about 70% forms bicarbonate ions. Okay. Carbon dioxide can dissolve in plasma and 70% forms bicarbonate ions in byproducts. Some carbon dioxide can bind to hemoglobin for transport. deoxyhemoglobin. Okay. Then internal respiration, exchange of gases between blood and body cells. An opposite reaction to what occurs in lungs. Okay, means yes, opposite is happening because in lung, blood is getting oxygenated, but when blood is coming to cells, then it is getting deoxygenated. Again, it's going to lungs. No oxygen de do bhai, means give me the oxygen. Then poor blood is getting oxygen from lungs. Again, it's coming to cells, giving its oxygen to cells. Cell are giving carbon dioxide. Again, it's coming to lungs. Okay. Carbon dioxide diffuses out of tissue or blood. Tissue to blood. Oxygen diffuses from blood into tissue. This is very simple now. Now here you can see the process of internal respiration. Oxygenated blood is red in color in this picture and deoxygenated blood blue in color in this picture. Now, gases move in and out in lungs by breathing. We are breathing in, oxygen is entering, blood is getting oxygenated. O2 and CO2 are exchanged in lung by diffusion. This process is diffusion. The gases uh, dissolved in blood are transported by circulatory system. Yes, it's by circulatory system, that is cardiovascular system. Blood is reaching to each and every cell of body. Then O2 and CO2 are exchanged in tissues by diffusion. By diffusion only, these O2 and CO2 again exchange of gases occurring in each individual cell and the same process. Okay. Now it's completed. Respiratory system. Any doubt, any confusion, any question, and please ask. Okay. No confusion, no doubt, no problem. So we are going to have some question answer sessions now. Are you people there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now answer me in chat box. Uh, what are the process of means what are the types of respiration? Only two answers I have got. There are 7 people, excluding me. So I should get 7 answers. Only 3 answers here. Okay, no problem. We should not waste our time. Now tell me what is respiration? Very short. Thank you, Anita. Now tell me, what is respiration in very short? Okay. Everybody should answer. If you're not answering, you're losing. Okay, no problem. It's exchange of gases between body and environment. Okay. Now, what is glottis? What is glottis?
Epiglottis about
No, we have also discussed about glottis too. Okay, just repeating the concept. It is the superior opening of larynx. Larynx means voice box. So the superior opening of larynx is glottis. Now tell me, what is epiglottis? Yes, very good, Sonia, ma'am. Okay, good. Opening of larynx. Now answering Anita, ma'am. If it's your network problem, if it is reaching late to me, then it's okay. Otherwise, we have moved to next question. Opening of larynx is glottis, and we are asking about epiglottis now. Very good, Usha ma'am and Aarti ma'am. It's leaf shape elastic cartilage, uh, which is flapping or preventing the food particles from going into trachea or windpipe. Now tell me, what are the how many parts of pharynx are there, or pharynx is divided into how many parts? Okay, good. And what are those? Okay, very good. It's nasopharynx, oropharynx, and laryngopharynx. Three phases or three parts are there in pharynx. Now tell me, what is the anatomical name of windpipe? Answer me fast. Trachea. Very good. And what is the length of trachea? Very good. It's 10 to 12 semi. Yes, very good. Now tell me, how many ring-shaped cartilages or C-shaped cartilages are there in trachea? Trachea is supported by C-shaped cartilages. And how many cartilages are supporting trachea? Okay, very good. Now, can you tell me why these cartilages are C-shaped only? Why it's not ring? Because windpipe or trachea is round in shape, like, right? So, why the cartilages are not ring in shape, or why it's not fully round? Why it is C-shaped only?
Ma'am, is it because there's esophagus at the back of trachea?
Yes, very good, very good. Esophagus is just behind the trachea. So it's not possible to cover the cartilage. So esophagus is just behind the trachea. Very good. So next question is, um, in how many parts the right lung is divided? Means how many lobes are having right lung and how many lobes are having left lung? Okay, good. Very good. And what is the unit of gaseous exchange in lungs? Good. Yes. Good. It's alveoli. So now, from which part of our brain our inspiratory control is happening? Sorry. Very good, Sonia ma'am. And the expiratory center. Very good. The inspiratory and expiratory centers both are located in medulla oblongata. And now I am talking about pneumotaxic center. At first, you tell me what you mean by pneumotaxic. Okay, good. Mm, you are close to the answer, Aarti ma'am. You are right, actually. Pneumotaxic means when we are breathing deep and long. Okay, so this center is located on pons. You are right. I'm happy to see you. So Now, my next question is, what are the chemical con- controls of respiratory system? Very good. I'm very good to see Sonia ma'am today. She is very active today, and I think she is making her proper notes because I don't have shared my slide till today. But she is very fast in her answers.